So it's going now, is it, or a still pause button?
Yeah, it's going.
It's going now, yeah.
Now it's...
Right.
Okay, Shadow says it would be better if you ask question.
Yeah, right.
And then Shadow will reply for it.
Basically, I wanted to find out two things. The first one is about Sayadaw's early history, where he was born, where he was educated, his early education, leading to when he became a monk, like a short life story, and his training, a little bit of his training, and then proceed on to his teachers, and who was the most influential teacher, and then what he's doing presently now, a little bit about what he's doing now, and then secondly to talk about the basic aspects of the practice that he teaches. So is that okay?
သူအထွတ်အဖြစ်တည်ခြင်းတဲ့အရာကတော့ဆရာတော်ဘုရားဘယ်မှာမွေးဖွားတယ်လဲအဲဒီကလေးဘဝဘယ်လိုလုပ်ပြီးတော့ကုံလွန်စေခဲ့ပါတယ်လဲနောက်ပြီးတော့ရှင်ယဟန်အဖြစ်ပြန်ဘယ်လိုပဲအရွက်ကစားပြီးတော့ရှင်ယဟန်အဖြစ်ရရှိတော်မူခဲ့ပါတယ်လဲနောက်ပဲဆရာရှိပါရီပညာတော်သင်ခဲ့ပါတယ်လဲနောက်အထူးအားဖြင့်ဆရာတော်စိတ်ထဲမှာဆရာတော်စိတ်ကိုဆွဲဆောင်နိုင်တဲ့ဆရာကဘယ်သူပါလဲနောက်ပြီးတော့ဆရာတော်ဘုရားအခုသင်ကြားပေးနေတဲ့တတိပဋ္ဌာန်ဘာဝနာနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့အဲဒီအထုပ်ပုံနဲ့ချင်းအမိန့်ရှိပြီးနောက်ဆရာတော်ခုတရင်တုံးနဲ့ရိတ်တာအကြောင်းကိုလည်းနည်းချင်းသူသိကျင်ပါသေးဒါပဲပေါ့ကိုကြီးမွေးဖွားတာကတော့ဆက်ခတ်တော်လေးတော့ရင်ပို့ပြီးဆုံးမယ်အခုမဟာယံကိုတရားလေးကြည့်ပါအခုတော့မြောက်ကလာပါခေါ်ပါတရားလေးကြည့်ပါရွှေဘူစုဥပေတော်ဖြစ်စုဒီပါလူကဘုရားခဲ့ပါတယ်Shadow was born in the Great Rangoon district. The name of the village was Dragali, and now it is and now it is called the Uklapa, and Shadow's parents' name was Uke and Dochesu. Before I sing, I started out. 6နှစ်သားလောက်ထိတော့ဘုန်းကြီးဘဝကိုပြန်ပြောင်းစဉ်းစားကြည့်တဲ့အခါမှာရေးလေးဖြစ်နေပါတယ်ကောင်းကိုပြီးသားပါဘူး And up to 6 years period, Sayadaw couldn't tell clearly how he spent his childhood. ခုနှစ်သားအရွယ်ရောက်တဲ့ခါကျတော့ဒီကနိုင်ပါလူကိုယ်ကိုယ်ရဲ့ဘုန်းကြီးကျောင်းမှာဘုန်းကြီးကျောင်းကအဖြစ်အပ်ပါတယ်အဲဒီကစပြီးကလေးတို့သတိနဲ့သတိပညာပြီးတော့ဘုန်းကြီးကျောင်းသတိပညာဒီကစတင်တယ်when he was at the age of 7 and his parents sent him to the monastery where they were mostly devoted, and since then he tried to train himself under the guidance of the venerable monk.
ဒီလေးတို့တတ်တဲ့ဘုန်းကြီးရောက်လာတာပညာကိုတော့သိပြီးတော့တာရှိလေးနှစ်ဆိုတာမတင်ကြရပါဘူး။လပိုင်းလောက်နေတယ်တော့အခြေခံရပြီးတော့ကိုယ့်နှစ်သားမှာပါဠိစာပေါ်လေအာဂုံပေါ့အဲ့ဒါကျက်မှရတယ်။ပါဠိအာဂုံစာပြန်မွေးပါလိမ့်မှာဝင်ခဲ့ပါတယ်စနေသားအထိ
And he didn't have to spend long period to study the primary stage of education at the monastery. He easily learned the primary stage of education, and when he reached to the age of 11 or 12, even at that time he could able to study the Pali scriptures, and he took some exam for that studies.
စနေနေ့သားမှာရှင်းဖြစ်ရောက်ပါတယ်။သူ့ဘဝမှာလည်းဆက်လက်ပြီးတော့ပါဠိဘာသာကြီးအဲဒီဆရာထမ်းထားတဲ့သင်ကြားပါတယ်။
At the age of 12, he got the novice ordination, and since then he studied Pali language as well as Pali scriptures under the guidance of same teacher.
ဒီနေ့သားရောက်တဲ့အခါကျတော့ကုလရှင်ပြုဖြစ်နေတဲ့အကြောင်းကနေပြီးတော့ဘုရားတိုင်းကျောက်တန်းကြည့်ရောမဟာဗောဓိတော်ရတဲ့ဆရာတော်များဆန်ဆင်းကြပြီးတော့ပါဠိဘာသာဆက်ပြီးတော့သင်ကြားပါတယ်
ဘုရားတိုင်း
ကျောက်တန်းကြည့်ရောမဟာဗောဓိ
And when he reached to the age of 16, at that time he went to the another temple situated on the district of Pegu, and Chautan village. There was a temple named of Mahabodhi. So he was Mahabodhi Toya Chauta, and he was sent there to study further his religious education.
ဒီမှာဝိဒ္ဓတော်ဆရာကြီးဟာလေးစားပါတယ်။ဆက်တော်ဖြစ်တဲ့အထိတန်ဃာတော်များကိုဆုံးခံကျွေးသင်္ကန်းသုံးကျင်နဲ့တော်ရဆောက်တည်ပြီးတော့ဒီပါ
And the teacher, where Sayadaw went to study the teaching, the abbot of the temple was very keenly interested to take care to the pupil, as well as to perform the monks' rights and duties, what they had to perform at that time, especially in the going alms round and taking care to fulfill the pupils' robes and other things, necessities, and until the teacher reached to the age of 80, he served in that way to give more comfortable to the pupils, and he was very famous, one of the very famous teachers.
What was his name?
Sarabhara. And his name was Venerable Kelasa.
He was 80. He was 80.
Yes.
စကုနေ့ငါလာအဲ့ဒီအထိဆရာစာချဆရာကြီးတိတိထံကပါဠိစာပေမျိုးမျိုးပေါ့ကျမ်းစာရေးမျိုးမျိုးခြေခံရအောင်သင်ကြားပြီးတော့စကုနေ့နဲ့ရှိလာပါအဲ့ဒီအရှင်ကိလာသကိုပဲဥပဒေဖြစ်ပြီးတော့ယဟန်ဖြစ်ရပါ
And when he was 19 and half years old, 19 and half years old, at that time he had tried to study very hard to gain more and more scriptural knowledge as well as in language about the Pali scriptures. And later then, and then he got the high ordination, having the same teacher as his preceptor at the age of 19 and 8 months later. After when he spent 1 year in his high ordination, the Second World War was broken, and the Japanese invaded to Burma, so he couldn't keep his study as smooth as in his previous period. So therefore he had broken the further study until the war was there.
What did he do in that time?
I now must have a party. So you don't move the lady. When the war already ended or subsided, then he went to another well-known monastery, Jackson Sui type, and at the age of ordination, 7 years period, he entered to the it is called third stage of Pali study. In Burmese it is called Akidan. And so
7 years after his ordination.
Yes, 7 years after his ordination. So he took the exam and he was already succeeded in it. Later, when he was 9 years old, as according to ordination, so at that time he even succeeded to get the Siddhipavara Dhammacharya, the degree exam. When Sayadaw was working as a student, since then he has the strong notion in his mind that just study was not enough to complete the monkhood, so he should try to practice the actual technique of meditation. So because of that and because of the inspiration of teachers, so he strongly holds that view to have further progress in his real practice.
တရားဝင်အထောက်ပါတယ်
Sevama.
ဟုတ်ပါ
Kuama. And at the same period of time when he had got the higher degree of his exam, and the late venerable Mahasi Sayadaw also came to Rangoon to establish the present Mahasi Sasana Yeta Meditation Center.
What year was that?
Huh?
What year was that?
အဲ့ဒါကဘယ်နှစ်ခုလုံးလဲ
1952.
40နဲ့
49ခုလောက်ရှိမလားကောင်းတော့မှတ်မိပါရဲ့
Sayadaw exactly couldn't mention the day year actually.
ပမာဏ1332ခုနှစ်မှာပြော
According to the Burmese era, that was the 12 years. And it might be about 1948 or 49. And so at that time he went to practice meditation under the guidance of late venerable Mahasi Sayadaw.
ဆရာကြီးထံကတလခွဲလောက်သတိထားတရားတွေဆရာကြီးရှင်းလောက်တဲ့အထိလေ့လာပြီးနောက်တိတ်ဆန်ရှင်ကျောင်းမှာပဲပြန်ပြီးတော့စာပေဆက်လက်လေ့လာပြီးတော့ဆရာသမားတွေလည်းဝင်ပြီးတော့စာပေကူပြီးတော့ချတယ်။ကောင်းငယ်ရတဲ့စာပေကူပြီးတော့ချတယ်ဆိုတော့အဲ့ဒါမှတော့လုံးရတောင်းပြီးတော့စာပေကူချတယ်။ဆရာကြီးဖြစ်နေတယ်
And at that time he had practiced 1.5 months under the Mahasi Sayadaw's guidance, and again he went back to his own temple where he had got the higher degree, and he became a teacher there, and he tried to teach the people who was studying at that time. But Sayadaw even taught the people when he was quite young in age as a monk. So at that time also he was teacher, but especially when he went back again to the same temple, at that time he tried to taught them wholeheartedly.
ဒီကနေ့နည်းနည်းချမ်းနေတာရှိပါတယ်။မန္တလေးကတော့ယဟန်ရှိဝါအထိနှောင်ဝါပေါ့လေမန္တလေးဥဒရောတိုက်ဒီမှာစာပတ်နေပါတယ်
And during that period, Sayadaw went to study in one of the very famous monasteries in Mandalay. That was the Visuddharama Sweetchin Chauntai. And so he spent there to improve his study about 2 years.
The University of Sankara.
To have more experience from various teachers
In Pali.
in Pali. So he went to different monasteries to study. And again, not only he went to study in that particular temple, but he went to study other various temples also.
Now, ကိုယ်အရောက်မှာပဲမန္တလေးပြန်လာပြီးတော့ရန်ကုန်မြို့ဖြစ်ဖြစ်ရင်ပရိယတ်တိအတင်းဆောင်ဝယ်မှာတာဝန်ဖြေတော့စာကြတာအောင်သွားပါတယ်။စာသင်တာကတော့လွန်ခဲ့တဲ့တော့ပြင်တော်တရားအောင်နှစ်နေပါပြီ။အဲဒီနှစ်မှာလည်းစာကြတာအောင်သွားပါတယ်။ပြန်ကို
And during that period also, Sayadaw had already passed the very well-known exam in Burma, one of the very difficult exam actually. That is called Chetiyangana Pariyati. So in that exam also he had already passed the first stage of study, and later when he got the 9 years age of 9 years according to ordination, and so he took the last exam for that Chetiyangana Pariyati. So in that high esteemed exam also he had already passed, got succeed.
So there's 3 stages of this high exam, is there? 3 exams?
The high exams are, yes, 3 stages you can say. Yeah. The first one is the government exam, and the second one where the public exam, but very difficult to succeed in such exams. In Burma there are two very famous high degree exams. One is this Chetiyangana Pariyati, another is in Mandalay. It is called the Sakyasiha Pariyati exam, very difficult one. So they have age limitation in that. If the student passed the over than 30 years, they couldn't take that exam.
Could be younger than that.
Yeah, could be. But the students must be younger. Otherwise, very difficult to pass the exam, because they have to study so hard at that time to put more effort. So they choose the age, early age.
Is it only monks who sit for this?
Yes.
အဲ့ဒီချိန်ကစပြီးတော့စိတ်ဓာတ်ရှင်တိုက်တဲ့မှာပဲ14ဝါအထိပေါ့စာချတဲ့ကိစ္စလုံးဝတောင်းပြီးတော့သာမကိစ္စကိုဆောင်ခဲ့ပါတယ်
And after that also he spent until his ordination, he completed his ordination 14 years. So he tried to teach many students, taking initiative himself.
အဲ့ဒီမှာနေတော့ကြာကာလမှာသတ္တသမယနာနဲ့ကျုံလာတဲ့ဘုရားပါဠိဝိတောရကကိစ္စပြီးတော့အဂိတိကာရကအဖြစ်နောက်အဂိတိကာရကနေပြီးတော့နောက်စာပေအခြားနိုင်ငံခြားမူတွေနဲ့တိုက်ဆိုင်ပြီးတော့ပေါ့လေပြင်ဆင်တဲ့ဖြစ်ပေါ်အဲ့ဒီဖြစ်နေတဲ့ဆောင်ရွက်ခဲ့ပါတယ်ဒါကတော့သိများများမဆောင်ရွက်နိုင်ပါဘူးဟိတာကိစ္စတွေဆောင်ရွက်ဖို့ရှိနေတာလည်းနည်းနည်းချင်းရ
Later, when the 6th council of the Buddhism held in Burma, so Sayadaw went to help the organization which they were trying to check up with various scriptural, how to say that, suppose Thai Tipitaka also there, and the Sri Lankan Tipitaka also there, Burmese Tipitaka also there. So he took the initiation to combine all these various Tipitakas and try to compile them. Huh? Yeah, within the city. And it is called Pali Visodaka work. And another was, while the 6th council was going on, he took part in Sangiti Karaka group also. But he couldn't give lot of time for that. So later, because of he had to serve the meditation center also, so he left after a few years service. He went back to the meditation center.
How long did the council last?
The council last, I don't know, the Pali, only for Pali, 2 years.
Now, Saliwa, Jesus in Malaysia, Yayo, let us come and ship. We always start some ship. Young Yania Chatai ship. Sada tree body ship. We are with the Soya. And
later, at the same age, that means 45 14 years of ordination, he went back to the Mahasi Sasana Yeda as the assistant meditation teacher, and not only meditation, he served as meditation teacher, but he became the attendant of the Mahasi Sayadaw, and he took the responsibility to arrange the accommodation for the yogis.
Meditation center
and 1 year later, he had to follow with Venerable Mahasi Sayadaw to Sri Lanka, and he was appointed as a meditation teacher in Mecca Thiru meditation. Mecca Thiru, the name of the road where the meditation in Colombo, and there was a meditation center, so he was appointed as a meditation teacher there by the Venerable Mahasi Sayadaw.
Mahasi Sayadaw was with him?
Yes, he followed Mahasi Sayadaw and he was appointed as a meditation teacher, and he spent 3 years. And after that, when his health became very unsatisfactory, he got the ill health, so he went back to Burma and served Mahasi Sayadaw there in Burma.
Boston Bali Kuntana
and last year Sayadaw visited to America as a Dhammaduta messenger to show the virtue and quality of the Dhamma. He went there and he spent more than 3 months there, holding various retreats.
Is that the first Western country he's been to?
Yes, that was the first.
Washington, San Francisco,
on the way to America, he visited England, and he delivered some discourses to the Burmese community in England, and first he went to Boston, and then he traveled to Tennessee. He went to visit Tennessee, Washington, and California, New York.
Malaysia, Penang, and the MC,
and last year in November, Sayadaw went to Malaysia, and especially in Penang, and he held the 1.5 months retreat there together with Venerable Nyanaponika. Again, according to the invitation of Young Men's Buddhist Association of Nepal, Sayadaw visited to Nepal in May, and with the help of Venerable Nyanaponika, Sayadaw has held 1.5 months retreat in Nepal.